So, good day everyone. Our assigned topic is all about learning and development. So, it will be presented by us, Group 3. So, before anything else, let's start with the aim of our topic. So, first is to know what is the meaning of learning and development. Second is to see what could be the possible role of HR in learning and development. Third is to know for us to create an HR learning and development strategy. And lastly, to evaluate its effectiveness. So the first question that comes up in our mind is that what is learning and development? So learning and development is also referred to as L&D, where it was a constant process of supporting your workers to a professional growth. So the accumulation of information, skills, and attitude is what learning is all about, while the development happens to be understanding is expanded and deepened in accordance with one's development objectives. So if you're wondering how could we or where do we possibly obtain that, it can be obtained through those platforms who's offering mentorships, development activities, online learning, and training programs. So employees can learn new leadership abilities through also during their training. So training has something to do with learning and development that will position them for future corporate advancements. So learning and development aims to improve or alter the behavior of people or groups by imparting information to have that insights that helps them to do their jobs more effectively, or by cultivating attitudes that enhance their performance in their work. It is according to Livian's 2011. So it will allows them to nurture their capabilities not only for their work profession, but can also benefit themselves as an individual for their personal growth. So to step on those possibilities that will lead them to implying their learning and development. So the greater chances of being in a higher position can be obtained through develop your learning, and not just develop it but also to understand the importance of it through or along the way or the process of your achievements or achieving your professional goal.
Hi, my name is Espiritu, and the assigned topic for me is what is learning and development in HR. Learning and development is one of the main responsibilities of any organization in HR department. Implementing L&D initiatives that take into account development at all levels of the company is usually the responsible of the HR manager. However, in the larger organization, the development plan for employees may be managed by a design L&D position or department. Some companies even choose to involve the COO or operation manager. Next is HR and L&D must be collaborate with whichever you decide to organize learning and development within your organization. Then, this is due to the fact that both sections have some degree of overlap. Both, for instance, address succession planning, performance management, and change management. Next is the biggest difference between HR and L&D is that HR professionals deals with a range of responsibilities, including processing payrolls, recruitment, and managing employee relations. In contrast, the Learning and Development Department is solely focused on one specific role, and this is the personal growth and skill development of the employees. This includes identifying training gaps and developing employee training programs that are aligned with the overall business strategy established by HR. In addition, the phrase learning and development is referred to everything a company undertake to support the personal growth of its personnels. Training programs, development activities, online learnings, and much more all fall under the category of learning and development.
Good day everyone, my name is DEGUZMAN. So, learning and development can be a great tool for bridging skill gaps, improving workplace culture, and increasing employee engagement retention rates. Learning and development is being increasingly seen as one of the most reliable way for business to increase their ROI and overall profitability. These are the first step an employee must know. First is analyze your training needs, and it aims to identify which skill sets are lacking in your organization and what knowledge will help your employees perform their duties. This will help you develop new businesses capabilities that help you grow as an organization. The next step is design your learning and development material and methods by promoting learning development in HRM and deciding how you will provide training. So that's all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is TAYACTAC. For the next topic is Embrace Mobile Learning. Accessing educational materials using mobile device is known as mobile learning or M-learning. With this approach, users can access content whenever and wherever it suits them. Empowering learning at the moment of need. The most crucial component of mobile learning is its emphasis on the learner's mobility by allowing them to select when and where they want to access learning. They may proceed at their own speed, which boosts engagement and information retention. Next topic is use technology to personalize the learning experience. Technology can also be used to customize the learning process. For instance, you may design interactive, automated, and intuitive learning workflows that change based on how employees behave. To further understand individual needs, you might also regularly conduct online questionnaires. Then you can use this data to customize every staff development training opportunity. Next is measure the impact of L&D on business performance. Additionally, you must ensure that the learning development programs you are providing are improving business performance. This is, after all, what learning and growth all about.
So hi, my name is BOQUEO from BIT4H FSM. So guys, my report is all about monitor and evaluate learning and development. So from the word itself, evaluate learning and development. So let's make sure your employees' training and development program is frequently tracked and assessed. So how well has your practice held up to over time? Or are people succeeding in their learning goals? Do they use their newly acquired skills? So I have experience here because as a working student who handle the training and development in our company, I can attest to the value of this kind of learning and development in terms of understanding how to treat customers properly. So my next report is all about make learning development an ongoing process. So yes, it was stated here that rather than requiring employees to complete training on their own time, we should encourage them to incorporate it in their daily work activities. It was also mentioned that learning development is something that continuous learning is a process that is surrounded by your attitude to learn and share the knowledge that you know with your co-workers. So my last report is all about learning and development effectiveness. So employees' performance can be improved via training and development as workers advance in their careers and become more efficient at what they do. Additionally, training can improve staff productively and reduce time and financial waste. Thank you.
Good day, my name is CRUZ from BIT 4H FSM. So, I'm the next reporter for the topic all about learning and development effectiveness. Bloom's taxonomy is a method to evaluate learning effectiveness. The taxonomy captures different levels of information processing, starting at knowledge recollection, going on to comprehension, application, analysis, evaluation, and creation. The assumption here is that to analyze information, one needs to be able to remember it, understand it, and apply it. So it means efficiency of learning and growth. The effectiveness of learning is one of the major themes in learning and development. What is the return on learning? Is a critical question that L&D professionals are frequently asked, or how successful are our educational initiatives? Answering these queries is challenging. Part of this conundrum is depicted in the picture below. The efficiency of learning, however, is still a hotly debated subject. Next will be the Bloom's taxonomy. So, here are those 6 taxonomy. Create, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, and remember. This taxonomy is frequently used to define what level of information processing is necessary to perform a job. For instance, in the construction of training and to assess the efficacy of learning. The method for learning the pertinent information will differ depending on whether someone needs to be able to generate or synthesize knowledge, such as an academic writing a report on a subject, or only understand, such as remembering Latin phrases or apply the knowledge. Example, conjugate Latin verbs. The same is true in the workplace. A higher level of information processing is needed for new and successful HR, compensation policies than for routine wage administration. Because of this, the education and experience needed to develop new policies versus comprehend salary and benefit ratios will be very different. So, ayun, learning development examples. Ito po yung example sa Amazon. Amazon pledged to spend $700 million in 2019 on retraining 100,000 workers by giving non-technical staff members access to technical skill training. The team members' skills were to be up. Amazon provided training seminars to employees at corporate levels. With this program, the world's largest online retailer was able to fill shortfalls. It also raised motivation among employees by encouraging them to pursue their career goals. That's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Kenneth ESTUARIA. So, as the continuation of the next example, it is shown here that ETSI plays a high importance on the training and development of its employees. So, employees are also urged to teach others and support their co-workers' professional advancement as a way of sharing their own expertise. This aids students in honoring their own organizational leadership and tenancies abilities, and it also aids in fostering a culture of cooperation and shared talent inside the organization. So in the next report, the learning and development for new employees. In the first bullet, it is shown here that through professional growth, employees will also become more effective workers, and employees who acquire the appropriate career-related skills will be more effective and productive, which will benefit the company for which they work, and finally, their professional growth can provide workers with access to new opportunities. So in conclusion, learning and development, or in order to create long-term and successful organizations, learning and development strategies outlines the workplace or the workforce capabilities, skills, and competencies that the organization needs.
To evaluate its effect,
or operation manager.
Deciding how you will provide training.
Engagement and information retention.
As workers advance in
However, is still a hotly debated subject.
Organization needs.